Hi guys, I'm Aussie Villa. Welcome to episode 45 of Razor Holte, our bid, of course, for world domination with Aston Villa, and it is a big episode today. Of course, we have the Europa League quarter-final, the first leg at home to Manchester United. A clean sheet, I think, here is crucially important if we're going to progress. And then we have the derby against Wolves. We go to Wolverhampton, and hopefully we'll come back with 3 points. Now, since last episode, we've had just the 2 games. Of course, last episode where we got through to the quarter-finals and then beat Chelsea. 2 games and 2 wins, which is important. We beat Sheffield Wednesday 2-1 at their place. It was a dominant win, and we should have won by more, as you can see from here. They scored a goal late-ish, which made it very, very nervy towards the end. But it was Holgate and Marin that got the 2 goals for us, and it was a deserved 3 points, as I said. Then we went and we hosted Bournemouth, and this was a game that we went behind early, 3rd minute to be exact, and then we really fought back well. Almeida responded relatively quickly. Marin and Markovic, the 2 wingers, got on the score sheet, and you can see there from the match stats and the player ratings, it was deserved. It was a very strong win, which was good to see. Now we have a look at what all this means for the league table. We can see we're sitting there in second. And yeah, flying, I would say. Now, Manchester City and Liverpool do both have games in hand, so they could potentially go ahead of us. We're 3 points ahead of Manchester United. But the thing that is key here is the gap between us and 5th place Tottenham. You'll see we've already guaranteed ourselves Europa League football for next year. That's not what we're about this year. We really want to try and get into that top 4. In theory, and if my math is correct, we could potentially do that this episode. If we were to beat Wolves and Tottenham were not to get any other points, then we're already 12 points ahead. If we go to more than 12 points ahead with 4 games to go, then obviously we're there. Goal difference is what's going to hurt us, though. You can see of the top 6 teams, our goal difference is by far the worst. So, yeah, but we could potentially, probably not going to happen, but potentially with a win against Wolves, we could get ourselves guaranteed Champions League football for next year. But let's have a look at the team that we're sending out for the first leg against Manchester United. It is the Europa League, so it is the Europa League team. It's Livakovic in goal. It's Rodrigo, Williams and Chambers as the back 3. Gumney down the right. Mobida down the left. Godfrey sits in front for this particular game because United have abundance of attacking players, so he's going to anchor it in, just hopefully stop any counter-attacks. Then it's Elena and McGinn. They're going to look to get forward and support Bothheim and Brian Carlos in attack. And surprisingly, Manchester United are sitting a little bit deeper. But you can see Hazard, Dybala, Pogba and Chiesa as a midfield quartet is not bad. Who the hell's Paulinho? Alright, so he's pacey and he's good. So that's exactly what we wanted to see. Wish I hadn't seen that now. Okay, so yeah. I think, again, I was talking to, I forget who it was in the comments. And I think a clean sheet is vital here. If we can maybe nick a 1-0, then perhaps, you never know what can happen in the second leg, but I think we've been on a good run lately. Go out there, give the fans their money's worth. Let's go with that. If we go to Old Trafford needing a win, then I think we're going to be in some trouble. But if we just go there, with a draw or without any away goals, then there's a chance. Now, a little bit of squad news is that Mobida is now officially unhappy at his playing time, despite playing most games. I don't really understand. You have to be rested, mate, or else you get injuries. But apparently he doesn't worry him. And of course, there will, I should say, be a goals of the month after this, at the end of this episode as well, for all the goals from, I think it's April. Is it April? Or March? Might be March, actually. Anyway, there'll be a goals of the month for whatever month it is that we've now finished. Oh, Chiesa. That wasn't the best defending. Bit too much space in there. Let's give this a get creative. Bothheim's got an early booking. We got Borja on the bench for this one. He either scores or he's horrible. And he's been horrible more than he's been scoring lately. Some of that might be down to, he's a striker. If he doesn't get a chance and he can't, what else does he do? But he needs to be better. That's not a good header from Godfrey, and that is a disaster. Oh, Godfrey, you've got to get your headers better than that. At least head it up so that they have to bring it down. You can't just head it straight at his foot. Look at that. That's a poor header. What textbook of defensive heading was that in? Oh, that hurts. That really hurts. All right, can we respond? Can we respond? Oh, that's a penalty. That is a penalty. 100% a penalty. All right, there we go. Thank you, Eden Hazard. It's Elena, our Barcelona midfielder, to try and tie this up quickly. This is huge. Come on, son. Go on, Carla. Oh, I thought he missed it. I thought the keeper was going to save it, but he didn't. It's straight down the middle. The keeper dived past it, and that is 1-1. We can't undo the away goal. But, I thought the keeper was going to save that. But that's okay. We can't unfix what's been done. but we can try and put in a decent performance here. We've responded well. Now we need to not let them do that, please, boys. Mobita, that's you. Oof. All right, we might be going to need to go and mark these guys a little. I was thinking if they're coming from deeper, then maybe we wouldn't need to man mark. But on the basis of that, we are very definitely going to go and need to man mark them. And Gumni as well. Given the I was tempted to go with maybe the Europa League formation and sort of first, so for example, Bree and target. But I don't know. I kind of think I want to focus on the league almost at this point because we're right up there in the title race. Let's give it a get creative. And as I said, we have a relatively good run in. I think West Ham is the only top 4 team we have left to play. And even then, even if we were to lose that, we still have... Oh, let's head it away. We still have some other relatively easier games. There's no easy games in the Premier League. And if the goal is to get into the we want to win this, obviously, if we can. And I honestly think this is almost a final. Whoever gets through this tie has surely got to be favourites for the whole thing then. Leon will be tough. Livakovic, dude, what is that? That's 2 away goals now. And that shouldn't have happened. Is he blocked, perhaps? That's the only excuse you can... he's not even blocked. Look at that. He's got a clear sight of that. And what is that? And it's getting difficult now, isn't it? It's really, really starting to get difficult. It can only be an aggressive... what the F... we've got to tell McGinn not to get himself sent off. We've got to tell Brian not to... No, it's not Brian, it's Botheim not to get himself sent off. Can we change anything tactically here? The 2 goals they've scored, and this is what really annoys me, is that it's been from a poor defensive header. Let's maybe not work it into the box. A poor defensive header. And do we exploit the flanks? Maybe not. And Livakovic just not moving his feet. Other than that, they haven't really created anything, and that really annoys me. At this level, I feel like we should be a good enough team now that these sorts of things shouldn't be happening. In terms of changes, McGinn's not really having a classic, is he? I don't want to go too attacking here, but if they get a third, it's all over, isn't it? Too much space for Chiesa, who I thought someone's man marking him. Alright, we need to change something here. I'm wondering, do we take Nick Godfrey off and bring Jumpy on to sort of play and go more attacking? I think we might need to do that. Because we're just not really creating anything. Now, we have an apprehensive defender. Do we perhaps take off Roshan Williams? Up against his former club, of course, Roshan. Can you... Ball-playing defender on cover. I like that. Junpei for Williams. Let's push him up in there. And there we go. We'll keep everything else the same. It's just a case of just trying to get somebody up. A link almost between sort of clearing the ball and getting a shot at goal. Come on, boys. Let's show some passion. McGinn is walking a very thin line that he's about to trip over. Alright, Jumpy for set piece, gets it in. By the time it's there for McGinn! Oh! That's what he can do, but I think he has... Yeah, I think we're done with McGinn for this one. Let's bring Doyle Hayes on. And Brian's not had a good game. I don't necessarily think... Look, we haven't had much of the ball, so we can't complain too much, but we're creating chances. Pogba, that was over the bar. What can we do to try and get into this game? Alright, let's try exploit the flanks. No, let's not. Let's hit early crosses in. You don't know what you're doing. And let's get stuck in. Let's try and win this ball back. We've got to go... Do we have to go attacking? I don't want to do a sort of unrepairable damage here. Let's try and close them down. We've got... I mean, we don't have to get another goal, but I just feel like we need to at least go in level terms and then try and sneak a 1-0. Demand more. Come on, boys. This is it? No, yeah, this is it. Oh, that makes it difficult. Let me know what you think in the comments. We can maybe cling on to the fact that they didn't actually break us down. Like I say, it was 2 defensive errors that basically did it for us. It's going to be an assertive. I'm not happy with that. Mobida's really... You know what? When players want to leave, they really try to just annoy you so they leave, don't they? So there it is. That is a devastating result for us. Lyon got a decentish result, didn't they? Red Bull Leipzig look like they're through against Rangers, and that's in the balance as well, isn't it? The bottom tie there, Villarreal versus Ajax. Anyway, guys, that was disappointing, but wait right there. We'll be back for Derby Day against Wolverhampton. Alright, welcome back for the derby against Wolverhampton, managed now by Gareth Southgate apparently. You can see we are the favourites, we're in decent form apart from that last defeat to Manchester United. So yeah, we'll see how we go. Now, look at the league table. This has been a really good game week for us so far. City and United drew each other. Liverpool lost to Everton. So the derby so far worked out perfectly for us this weekend. Which means if we were to win, we could go 3 points clear, albeit with a game in hand on Liverpool and Manchester City. But right now, as things stand before kickoff, we're actually joint top. We're joint top, all games even and everything. 9 points ahead of Spurs. Spurs did win. So if we were to win here as well, we would go 12 points up. Then it's almost becomes just sort of a matter of time before we get in the Champions League. It's looking increasingly, it's almost certain, in fact, that we are going to be in the Champions League next year, which is absolutely incredible. So this is the team we're sending out. It's Livakovic in goal. It's Target, Ayer, Holgate and Bree. It's Tonelli and Grealish in midfield. It's Markovic, Almeida and Marin in behind the Labadovic. So we can see the way they're lining up as expected. We're just going to be a little bit careful. There's a lot of pace in that attack. So that's might drop our defensive line just a touch because of that. What do we say here? I want to say, can we say like there's no pressure? We can't. We're the favourites here, so we'll do it for the fans. So we will say that. Some calm, we have faith. And then I will just drop the defensive line a smidgen, and then we'll be back for kickoff. And here we go. Hopefully we're going to send these people home very disappointed. Yeah, now after that last game, Mobita did drop his lack of concern at first team football. I don't know if that's because he played horribly or if that's because he realised he's... Holgate! Oh! If that's just because he's happy now. Yeah, I'm not quite sure what to do. He is playing really well. A part of me wonders, and let me know what you think. I'm looking actually for a little bit of feedback on this in the comments. So the Manchester United game, the second leg, do we go with this team and sort of assume at this point that we are going to be in the Champions League next year and go for the Europa League? Or do we go with the same sort of team, Adobe Traore on quite a run there, and Producto, we're familiar with that at Villa Park, aren't we? Or do we go with sort of the same team, just sort of assume that we may get knocked out, we might not, there's a good header down but the lad can't get to it, and just go for the league at this point? Like, what do we want more? What's more realistic? Is overcoming Manchester United and then essentially becoming favourites for the Europa League, is that worth more to us? Or would we rather just sort of not throw it away, but there's a ball for Labadovic! Hey! 1-0 in the derby after 13 minutes. There we go. Or do we sort of... Yeah, Europa League or League, essentially. I'm thinking... I mean, if we win the Europa League, what do we get? We get into the Champions League. We're already in there. I kind of think we should go for the league at this point, especially given the fixtures that we have between now and the end of the year. I think we have Stoke, West Ham, and somebody else who I can't remember. Well, there'll be 2 other games, won't there? Crystal Palace might be in there too, actually, I think. And I can't remember now. I can't remember. We'll have a look after this game. But yeah, let me know what you think, what we should focus on here. There's a good ball out for Markovic. Markovic! Oh, it's off the post. Markovic is just really coming good the end of this season. Nick Roberts started the season on fire. He's had a few injury problems, and Markovic has come in and done really well. Nick Roberts, if you're wondering where he is, he's still just on his way back from injury. He could arguably have made the bench for this game, but I decided against it. Adama Traore, he's just so quick, isn't he? Can we get... Oh, it's a penalty. Oh, Holgate, you dumbass. Alright, come on. Can Livakovic... He owes us one after that friggin' goal from Herrera last game. Go on, Livakovic! Oh, I thought he was going to save that. That's a good penalty, though, isn't it? Right in the corner. Didn't really give him a chance because he dove the wrong way, and it was a decent... You can't really blame Livakovic for that. He put in a really, really good effort. It's just a good penalty, isn't it? You do still owe us, though, for that Herrera goal, because that's essentially killed off our Europa League hopes, that one, I think. If it was 1-1, you know, you go to Old Trafford, you score one, you cancel out that goal, and then you sort of go from there. But, yeah, 2 goals is going to be really tough. Alright, come on, boys. Let's see if we can nick this lead back before half-time. That's not a good throw from Brie. Neves. Come on, boys. Let's get a foot in here. That's too much space. Too much space! Oh, what are we doing? It's all going wrong this episode. Oh, we've thrown away the lead. And not only that, we've given it to Wolves. Is there just a little bit too much space in there? It's just poor defending from AR, isn't it? Too much. It's a good finish from Origi. Let's sort of put that out there first. But yeah, they shouldn't be. The only good thing about this is that I can get angry at half time now with justification. We've only had 3 shots that entire half. Come on, boys. Let's see more of this second half. Absolutely no reaction. Now I'm annoyed. Okay, so I guess we'll have faith. I want to yell at them some more now after... This is just not going our way, is it? Alright, come on, boys. Let's fire up for this second half. Let's exploit the flanks and let's take it off work. Let's hit early crosses. I think they one of the things they did struggle from was crosses. And we did create a little bit, didn't we? Let's show some passion here. Going to pick that up with Almeida. We haven't seen Almeida this game, have we? Yeah. The early goal, I think, maybe brushed over the fact that we weren't playing well. It made it look like we were doing okay. This is a little bit better, though. This is some nice passing. Grealish on the ball. Back for Tonali. Back for Jack. What's he got for us? Back for Tonali. Out for Brie. Can Brie get a cross in? No, he cannot. Back for Grealish. Patient. I like it. It's patient. Decent cross-field ball. Look at the space for Matty Target. Can he get across into the box? He goes himself. Mate, that's almost an instant sub, if I'm honest. That was horrible. What was that? So much good build-up play for your left back to go and put his foot through it. Come on, boys. Let's get this away. I'm wondering if the passionate team talks... We're at that part of the year now where that's going to start and wear off its effectiveness. And yeah, we might need to look at changing things a little bit on the team talk front. Alright, go on, Mabita. We've got our 2 best attacking fullbacks on now. Let's demand more. Markovic isn't playing well. I don't really have... We could bring Junpi on. Marin's got a bit of a kick in the shins, a bruised ankle. He's fine. Let's go off that. What can we do here? Let's try counter-pressing, try and win this ball back, and let's get stuck in. And we'll go with the higher line now as well. We need to try and get this back, don't we? Let's give it a get creative. Alright, Markovic just isn't playing well. Let's bring Junpi on. He should be able to play as a winger. He has the attributes for it. Grealish is looking anxious now. Alright, if we can win this ball... Can we go up the other end? Just not even contesting it. Bring that down, Holgate. Come on, dude. Oh, it was all going so well. And we were due a bit of a crappy episode, I guess, weren't we? Now they're being patient. Maybe their left back will blast it from 40 yards out. Here he goes. Ooh, decent attempt at tackle there, but it's broken still for Wolves. And I thought that was going to go in when the substitute thing came down there. Let's just try and encourage maybe. We're getting increasingly desperate here. We are not creating anything, are we? Alright, we'll go 2 up top for this last little bit. We'll take off Almeida for Borja. I mean, Almeida hasn't done anything this game anyway, has he? Bring Borja on. Now, what is he best at? Advance forward. We'll play the lab then as try a complete forward. He's better at linking in play anyway. We have faith in your Borja. Go on, mate. Is anything going to happen here? Oh, we've thrown away. It was such a good opportunity. With all those teams around us dropping points. We've got 30 seconds to go here. Grealish for Marin. Back out for Grealish for Marin. We've got to get the ball in the box, mate. Come on. There it is. It's not the best ball. Oh, guys, I'm so sorry. We have a bad record against Wolves, don't we? We really do. I'm looking at that. We didn't play well, and I'm thinking that they're not tired because I've been checking that. And I'm thinking that's a team talk issue, isn't it? Yeah, that's disappointing. It doesn't. Well, our goal difference, not that we can do much more damage to it, but that just hands the baton back over now to Liverpool and Manchester City, doesn't it? Still 2 points up on Man United, equal games, 4 games to go in the league. Disappointing collapse. Having taken the lead, I thought, it's so annoying. Marin's out for a day. That's fine. Guys, just goals of the month to come, but that is it for this episode. Again, I'm sorry. Look, it's been so long since we lost the game. That was an extra time, but last time we lost the game in 90 minutes was there. What's that? December 26th. And just when we needed it most, we've gone and lost 2 more. So this is our run-in. It's Stoke, it's Crystal Palace, it's West Ham, and it is Southampton. All very, very winnable games. Do we prioritise the league, or do we go for it in this second leg against Manchester United? It's looking, as I said, although if Spurs now win that game in hand, they go to they go 66 points, and it would be a 6-point gap. So its Champions League isn't quite done yet. But with those games to come, you've got to fancy us, don't you? I don't know. Anyway, guys, let me know what you think in the comments. If you have enjoyed that for some reason, please do hit thumbs up. If you're new, welcome, subscribe. It's going to be a big end to the year, and then an even bigger year next year, because we should, from here, surely get into the Champions League. Until we'll be back on Sunday for the second leg, and of course the game against Stoke, where we could once again secure Champions League football, but if we play like that, we won't. So I've been Aussie Villain. Thank you so much for watching, and here are our goals of the month for March. Take care.